Alright guys, Paulmartinbelts back again with a brand new video. This is going to be a quick comparison video between a 2005 spinner replica belt versus a 2015 spinner replica belt. So right off the bat, you're probably thinking there's not much difference. First obvious difference is this side plate. We're not going to pay any attention to that because that's literally just a change in design. So ignore these two side plates because that's not really what this comparison is about. Another thing I should point out is this belt up here, the 2005 version, is my personal belt. This is a belt I own and have owned for many years. It is partially restoned. I've slowly over the years been restoning it, so I think these two side plates are restoned and the border of the center plate is restoned. Other than that, it's all standard. This particular one here, 2015, has been re-leathered, but the plates are all standard and haven't been restoned at all. So now that that's out of the way, let's just get into it. I'm not going to bother going over the re-leather. You've seen spinner replica re-leathers a dozen times before, hundreds of times, whatever. What I really want to focus is the replica plates themselves, because when I received this to re-leather, I quickly noticed that there was a few kind of obvious improvements. The detail itself was a lot better, and I just wanted to kind of make that clear. So we'll start off from the outer side plate. We'll go to this one. Right off the bat, you probably don't see much difference, and rightly so, there's not. The main difference between the side plate here itself and I guess through the whole belt is the gold color itself on the 2015 belt is a hell of a lot better. I don't know how well this is picking up on camera, but the 2005 one and all the 2005 replica belts, the gold was always good. It is still good. It's a good color of gold, but the newer belts, the new gen cast replicas and this spinner belt included, all their gold is a lot more rich, a lot more yellow, and a lot more, well, gold. And I'm struggling to get a good enough shot of that. I think this side plate, you can see the difference. So the 2005 one at the top, the gold is a lot more pale than 2015 at the bottom. On camera, it's probably not as obvious. In person, it is very obvious. It is a huge difference, and I gotta say, the 2015 version looks very, very good. The gold looks really rich, it looks really nice, has a nice glow to it, and I'm really impressed with it. That's not to knock the 2005 version, it's a very good belt. But like I said, just the newer replicas, they all have that gold colour a lot better, it looks a lot nicer. Yeah, so that's the biggest, probably, most obvious difference between them. You can see even the nameplates, hopefully. There's a difference there. Go for the spin. Comparing the spin, which one's gonna... Okay, the 2005 one's still going. It wasn't too much of a conclusive test, but it was worth doing. One thing I should point out, the detail itself on the 2015, obviously it being a newer belt, they've got newer processes to do these, and you'd expect things to improve. So the details, especially behind the logo itself, you can see that floral. That is a very deep, detailed floral pattern. It's got about at least a millimeter of depth, while the 2005 version really, it's just surface detail. There's not much depth in there. That's actually a very good angle. You can see there, not much depth in the detail there. While in the 2015 version, you can really see the details. You can run your nails through it and really, really good. So the detail, that also applies to areas like, oh, let the camera focus. Areas like this, here, you can see the depth there. The detail's good. You can see it, it shows up well enough. It's more than adequate. But on this version, a lot more detail, a lot deeper, and yeah, that's kind of what you'd expect. Same goes for the eagle. You can see kind of more detail in the 2015 as opposed to the 2005. Again, you'd probably expect it. It's a 10-year newer belt, so the processes in which they make these, you'd expect to improve. So you can't really knock it, but these are things I just want to kind of point out in this video to make sure people are aware. One other big kind of confusing difference I saw between them is the 2015 version, the logo itself is kind of propped up almost. It's got a few millimeters of space there. I'd probably say 2 to 3 millimeters. It's kind of risen off of there, while the 2005 is about a millimeter. It's a lot more flush to it, like this border. If I'm touching here, I can feel between the stones here and here, the spinner piece is a lot higher up, while this is almost flush. I don't know the exact reason for that, but something it does cause is the eagle itself actually sits about 5 millimeters off of the plates itself, as does the champ banner. That's probably a better shot. So you can see kind of the posts there and there, which there's a gap between the champ banner and the plate itself. That's for the champ banner and the eagle. And on this one, the 2005, there's no gap at all. They sit completely screwed tight to the plate, and as does the eagle. So you can see there's no gap there. What I'm talking about is the gap between the eagle plate and the base plate. So let's show that again. So hopefully you can see the difference. There's 3 posts you can see on the eagle and 2 on the champ banner. So again, you can even see the spinner piece through it. So that's a big difference that I noticed. It does make the eagle and champ banner pop a lot better, which you probably kind of makes sense because they're popping up a lot more. But yeah, I don't know the main reason for that. Maybe there's the spinner piece, the screw itself that makes it spin, needed kind of raised up or something. But it doesn't affect anything for the belt. It's just something I wanted to point out. Again, these plates, that was the plate originally used for like the first, 4 years of the spinner belt, other than the SmackDown plate, which lasted a few months. And then it was replaced by just a mirrored, well, not an identical except for the kind of eagle design, because that's mirrored obviously from side to side. So yeah, don't know what else there is really to say about this. The stones, the simulated stones, they're identical. There's no change in quality. I'm pretty sure they use the exact same stones as before, so there's nothing to be expected there. If you want it to look as good as it can be, you need it re-stoned and you need it re-leathered, because that's as close as you're going to get to the real belt without spending what, $10,000–$15,000, which it's a spinner belt. It's not really worth that, is it? Yeah. That being said, I think that's everything I wanted to point out in this video. Again, just going summarize it. The gold color on the new belts is a lot better. The detail itself, the depth of the detail, vastly improved, and the champ and eagle are raised up for whatever reason. Yeah, that being said, 2005 belt, that's my personal one. I'm more than happy with that belt. It still looks just as good. If you own one, don't be too disheartened. It's just the natural progression of the way they make things. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Yeah, subscribe to my channel for more upcoming belt videos. Thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.